Welcome to Big League Dreaming, the podcast, a show about fulfilling your dreams and taking it to the next level. And right now we are following the journey of Taylor North Little League, the team from Michigan that's getting ready to play the finals, yes, of the Little League World Series. That game is taking place today, Sunday, August 29 in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And we can't wait to take you there and tell you all about today's action and talk to Coach Rick Thorning and what is going on with the team. Welcome to Big League Dreaming, the podcast.
I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
I was big league dreaming.
I was big league dreaming.
For as long as I live.
Always.
I'm big league dreaming.
I never got to bat in the major leagues. I'd have liked to have that chance, just once. To stare down a big league pitcher. Make him think you know something he doesn't. A chance to squint at a sky so blue that it hurts your eyes just to look at. To feel the tingle in your arm as you connect with the ball. To run the bases, stretch a double into a triple, and flop face first. Wrap your arms around the bag. That's my wish, Rick and Silla.
Welcome back to Big League Dreaming, the podcast. John Gonzalez here, the dad. This podcast is a dad and his three sons talking baseball and talking about big league dreams. So in the last podcast, Zach, the oldest one, son number one, was able to join us because as we follow the Little League World Series and the journey of Taylor North Little League. Ty and Zane have not been able to join us in the last few episodes. Ty, has been doing the production, so thank you, Ty, for handling the production of the podcast. Zane is busy getting his field ready for fall baseball. He is a coach at Indiana University at South Bend, in South Bend, Indiana, and they've got fall baseball about ready to start. School's back in session, and we'll have to catch up with him about some of some of the things they've had to get through to get ready for fall baseball and get ready for the new 2021-2022 season. As I said, we're following Taylor North Little League, and today it's the championship game on ABC, primetime, 3 o'clock against Ohio, a familiar foe. Let's check in with Coach to see how things are going and what the team's up to right now.
Hello, sir.
Coach Rick Thorning, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I feel so bad to call you here a couple hours before game time. I mean, are you at the batting cages again?
You're good. We're onto the batting cages right now. It kind of gives me a little piece to kind of walk by myself anyway, and then people typically see me with my AirPods and they won't stop and talk to me. So it's kind of a nice little getaway for me.
Well, we appreciate the getaway and spending a few minutes with Big League Dreaming, the podcast. Kind of take people behind the scenes of what you're going through. Coach, when we started talking a couple weeks ago, you obviously felt that this team had the capability of getting to championship Sunday, August 29th in the Little League World Series. But did you really think you'd get this far?
I mean, the reality of it is the further you go and, these teams are well put together and you got to play your A-game baseball every game once you get to this part. And it's hard to do that. It's really hard to do that. So realistically, I mean, no. Did you think you'd be here? Did I think we had a shot? Yeah. But realistically, no. I mean, you got to continue to play well and continue to keep playing your A game, like I say, and we have so far, and here we are.
Here we are. The team from Michigan, from Taylor North Little League, has a chance to do something that no Michigan team has done since 1959. I think that by all the coverage on ESPN and ABC, you guys are reminded of how special this is. Are you are you still kind of is this all kind of like pinching yourself type stuff?
It really is. It is. It's. We got to meet with the parents today. They got to come in the little grove, the little area where we got to talk to our wives, and the kids got to talk to their kids, and you start talking to outside people that aren't here. It's different when you talk to them face to face, and I think the reality is hitting in when you see the look on their faces, and knowing that no matter what happens tonight, that we get to go back and spend the night with them and be back with our families. And I'm sure once that happens and you sit down or you lay down and you get to see all the stuff that they have on their phones and all the stuff that people have been saying to them and showing them, and it's all going to kick in how special this is. I mean, it's kicked in, for the most part here, but the reality of it will kick in once we leave this place. There's no doubt about it.
What's going on there now? Sounds like there's a vehicle backing up.
Sorry, there's one part that I walk. There's buses. Everybody's moving now. There's buses going to pick up people arriving to the game, and there's there's 3 buses that literally just started up as I walked by. I think they realized I was on the phone, so that was perfect time to start up.
Hey, have you had a chance to run into the coaches from Ohio? Because I know when we talked, I don't think it was on the podcast, just when we were talking to catch up and to start organizing these interviews. I think you told me, correct me if I'm wrong, that the coaches from Ohio, when you defeated them in the regional final, they said, we'll see you at Williamsport, and we'll see you in the finals.
They did say that. They did say that. I was talking to the coaches quite a bit. Our porches are actually connected to each other, so we've been talking quite a bit at night. And, they were discussing about how they've had a couple of arm injuries as well, and their number 2 and number 3 pitcher went down with a similar, injury per se that my son has. The inflammation and the separation of the growth plate and stuff. But it was pretty bad for them, and they ended up shutting down for the year. So they got 2 pitchers that they haven't even had since districts, and that's tough. So for them to get to where they're at right now, they tip a cap to that, and that's just a great thing to see.
We're going to talk a little bit about Ohio and just your chances against them, but let's talk about camp for a quick second. I mean, what a gutsy performance yesterday. He battled. He wasn't maybe his best yet, but it's understandable that he's had so much time off. You got to be pretty proud of him.
Oh yeah, I'm really proud of him. I knew I'm getting ready to walk into a building here, so it'll be really quiet. I knew that. Of course, it'd been great to get 85 out of him yesterday, but I knew that was unrealistic, and I knew that he was going to be around the 50 mark. And the last batter he struck out, his fastball. I know the radar wasn't working, and. But I had people tell me that he was hitting 72, and I had somebody tell me he hit 74. I don't know if that's true or not. But I knew his velocity was good in the beginning, and his off-speed was on. And so when I went out there, that last batter he struck out, I could tell his velocity was out a little bit, and I could just see it in his face that he was pretty tight. So I just went out there, and, he said it's bad. And a lot of people were asking me about that. And what he means by it's bad, he doesn't mean that he's in pain. He just means that it's tight, because it'll tighten up. It tightens up on him pretty quick. And, he'll be throwing, and then a couple minutes later, if he stops throwing, he's got to get loose again, because it just kind of tightens up on him. So that's what he meant. It was pretty tight. So I'm not taking any chances. I know it's the Little League World Series, but he's 12 years old, and his safety is, 100% my concern always. So I took him out there, no hesitation. I got guys that I can go to do the job. So I really wasn't too concerned with that part of bringing Ferkus in. He was lights out. But yeah, Cameron was just phenomenal, and to hit the home run and then strike out the 3 batters in the first inning. I mean, that set the tone for us.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. I said this game could be over. It could be a blowout. And my wife said, 2 runs might be all this team needs, and she was right.
Yeah, she was. That was right. They had that one base hit to get the run in, and I think that was after an error. And we played a good game. We played a good game defensively, and so did they. We just got those 2 runs, and I think we felt that 2 runs might be enough to do it, and it was. We had a good opportunity, a second, third, I believe, with 1 out, that I thought we should have pushed across the run, but. When you're playing Hawaii like this, like I said it in one of the interviews, it was an MLB type game. Yeah. It really was.
Yeah. Hey, well, look, I'll let you go, but let's talk a little bit about Ohio. Obviously, you don't want to be overly confident because you beat them in the finals. I think the score was 9-1. So, it's baseball. Anything can happen. But you're going to go out there, and I'm sure you have a good plan of attack.
Oh yeah, we do. We're going to treat this game like we're playing Hawaii again. We truly are, and that's nothing against Ohio by any means. But they're hot right now. They're hitting they're hitting the ball right now, and their fans are there for support, and they have nothing to lose today. They're gonna come out here and give everything they can and try to want this game more than us, and we can't let that happen. We have to want this game more than they do, because. Baseball, like I said, baseball is a funny game. At any given day, any team can beat any team, and we're not going to sit back and let that happen. We're going to do everything we can to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, I almost feel like you've come this far. I mean, you got a job to finish, and you're going to finish it.
Yep, that's our plan. That's our goal for today.
All right, one last question, Coach, and there's so much more to talk about, and hopefully we'll catch up when you get back to Michigan. But the question I keep getting on Twitter and from friends is, how is Cameron an Ohio State fan?
All right, so I'll break this down to people, and it stems from me. So when I was about 8 or 9 years old is when I really started like acknowledging college football and stuff like that. It wasn't as big when I was 8 or 9 years old as far as for us, as far as TV wise. So to me, the greatest game ever in the history of life is Michigan versus Ohio State, no matter what the record is, right? No matter what the record is, to me, it's the greatest thing ever, you know? And when I was about 8 or 9 years old, you know, I remember watching those games, and all of a sudden it was just 1 year. I remember for some reason, I don't know how it happened, one of the channels that we were getting on our TV was all Ohio State, and it was all Ohio State Buckeye stuff. So I just started watching it, and I started watching the tradition of Ohio State, and I got hooked on it. And then the following years, I was asking my mom for like Ohio State jacket. I never really understood how how people from Michigan or Michigan fans would turn on us per se, you know, kind of in a fun way.
Right.
That it was just a sports team that I enjoyed, and I just followed them, and like, you know, it just was hooked on Ohio State. And then, you know, my kids growing up, they see me watching Ohio State games, and they see me, and I know it's weird, and I know I get a lot of flack for saying this, but I don't hate against Michigan. I'm not like a Michigan hater. I always love to see Michigan do good, because when Michigan does good, that game, Michigan versus Ohio State, it's even better, you know, all the way around. And I have friends of mine. I got another buddy of mine who's coming to the game today, who played for Michigan basketball. He actually called me last night. He goes, "Man, Thorning," he goes, "all these years, I never knew you were a Buckeye fan." I said, "I don't really go out and promote it too much to everybody."
Well,
so my kids just love it.
How ironic that you have to play Ohio for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Well, today we are Michigan fans full-blown. We're not even thinking about that. And I know it's going to be brought up, and people are going to be asking us, but we are Michigan fans through and through, and we're going to be ready.
I know there was one other thing I was going to ask you, and I'll be real quick, and I keep saying that, but really, I'll make this real quick.
No, you're okay.
What about the fact that there are no international teams there this year? I know that for some people, it kind of lessens the stage a little bit, but for me, you're still the best team or one of the two top teams in the country. That's got to mean something.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, at the very least, what people can say is, you know, we're going to win this World Series. If we win this World Series and we're in the championship game, our next step would be to play that international team. I mean, that would be our next step. We'd be playing the international team today or tomorrow or whatever it is. We know that if we win this, we're the best team in the United States, 12U Little League team, and we take pride in that. And for people who've been watching the World Series this year, I mean, the stories that have come out of this and the games that have come out of this have been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
So nobody can take that, you know, from Ella and Gavin Weir and even my son Cam, and then our team and our games against Hawaii and all the stories that are coming with this. Like, this is top-notch stuff, I believe, from all the World Series that I watch.
Right.
Like, you're not missing the big stories. The big stories are here, and everybody's supporting this. And you know, when you have a lot of people say that they're missing the international teams, you also have a lot of people that are saying they really like the fact that that there's multiple teams from the United States in this tournament. So you're getting kind of both.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we wrap things up and let you get back to the batting cages and ready for your next interview?
Nope, that is it. We're ready to go, and I appreciate the call. And the boys are getting ready to go to work right now and get down to that field and see what we can do.
All right, Coach Rick Thorning from Taylor North Little League. Congratulations, good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow with some good news, right?
Thanks, John. Appreciate you guys.
Take care. That is indeed Coach Rick Thorning, the head coach from Taylor North Little League. They're going for it today, 3 o'clock on ABC, the championship game of Little League World Series. It's been a fun journey, and we will catch up with them, if not tomorrow, maybe the next day. Who knows how many media appearances he has to make after this game. We wish him well. I think luck's on his side. This team has been, phenomenal throughout the run, And the game they lost it to Hawaii earlier could have easily been the other way around. So, you know what, folks? I think we're looking at a champion. Whether they win or lose, we're looking at a great representative for the state of Michigan. Big League Dreaming is about those that are fulfilling their dreams and taking it to the next level. Nothing truer can be said for those 11 players and those 2 coaches at Taylor North Little League. All right, folks, that's it for us. We'll come back soon for another podcast. Ty, can you tell people where to get more information, how to join the show?
Hey, it's Ty from Big League Dreaming Podcast. Be sure to give us a follow on Twitter at BLDpod. That is at BLDPOD. And we're also on TikTok now as well, so give us a follow at Big League Dreaming. We'd love to connect with you.